I'm just going to do a quick video about hiking boots. So my hiking boots need a bit of TLC, and I thought it might be interesting to some people out there, just some information on at least what I know about taking care of hiking boots and how they work, and just a couple of important pieces of information like that. And me rambling while I clean, giving me motivation. So these are my hiking boots, and I'm gonna guess I've done about 500 kilometers or so in them. So they're used, but I'm very hopeful that they have plenty of life still in them. They are a mixture of leather and synthetic. So if you're thinking about the waterproofing of a hiking boot, it is typically either got a waterproof lining or it uses leather. This uses a waterproof lining, and it has a Gore-Tex lining, which is basically like a waterproof sock that is stitched onto the inside of my boot. So things can't damage it, like if the boot doesn't fit me properly and my foot is rubbing off it, or if I get little stones in under my insole, they can kind of rub and cut through it, and then suddenly it's becoming a sock that keeps all the water in as opposed to keeping all the water out. So always make sure to check that there's nothing inside attacking your Gore-Tex lining or your E-Vent or your whatever waterproof lining is inside your shoe. So because mine is a mixture of synthetic and leather, I'm actually going to condition the leather. So I really haven't taken any care, I haven't done anything to these poor boots. They're probably feeling a bit rejected. So let's see if I can, open the wax first. So I'm just using a shoe wax for all types of leather. It's a special conditioner. So I have cleaned all the mud off of my boots, and now I'm just going to start attacking all this dried out leather. So when leather dries out, it kind of shrinks a little bit, and it can lift off of the kind of separate from the soles of your boot, or where it connects to rubber sections or synthetic sections, and this can be very damaging towards the waterproofing of your shoe. If suddenly there's a big crack on the side of it, it's not really going to be as water resistant, and it's just not going to last as long. So I'm hoping that I can kind of repair any damage that has been done while I haven't been taking care of them, and also just kind of prevent anything bad happening anytime soon. And in Ireland, especially, there's a lot of bog, and a lot of our ground is very, very wet. So I have known people to put their leather boots on a radiator when they come back from a hike, which is actually not amazing for the leather. It kind of dries out too fast and can lead to this kind of cracking. So never let your boots dry super duper fast if they are a leather boot, because that can also have detrimental effects. I think ideally you'd use an old rag. I'm just using some kitchen paper, and it's disintegrating a teeny bit, but it should be fine. Now, especially if you invest a lot of money in a really good pair of leather boots, I'd recommend doing this after any big excursion. Of course, I haven't done this myself. I haven't been maintaining these boots as well as I should, so it's kind of like practice as I preach, not as I do. And you can also wax, if it's a brushed leather or kind of a suede leather, you can still wax it. It won't keep that texture, but it's, I don't know, better for your boot. So okay, so what time is it? Okay, so I've been cleaning my boots, or I've been just rubbing leather into it for less than 10 minutes. And if I hold the two of them up, you're going to, oops. So I've been cleaning my boots for less than 10 minutes. And if you compare colour of the leather, how dried out one boot is versus the other, like that's what a bit of conditioner can do. So I'm going to rub in a little bit more, get it really, really, really saturated, so the leather actually starts to feel kind of healthy again. And then I'll move on to boot number 2. Yeah, and you can buy leather conditioner in any outdoor shop, in some shoe shops, online, and what kind of conditioner you go for is really up to you, and what kind of boot you have. So if it's a synthetic boot, you can just kind of get like a wash for the outside of it, and like a waterproofing spray. I've never used those myself, but I know they exist. And then you can get like a liquid wax, you can get a hard wax, you can get beeswax. It kind of depends on your personal preferences. Once you're using a leather conditioner on the leather of your boot, that's all that really matters, in my opinion. Oh, and any horse riding shops, because you need it for tack as well. So yeah. I like to take the laces out when I'm cleaning. I just find it way easier to really get in and scrub into those little corners. So this is round 1 on one boot so far. I'm gonna let that all soak in and start on boot 2. So this is in focus here, and it's gonna look at that lovely moisture going back into the leather. Ooh. Like, it is almost that instant. So while conditioning is super, super important and will lengthen the life of your boots, it's not going to like fix irreparable damage. So if your boots are kind of falling apart and if there's like big proper cracks, it's not a miracle cream. It can only do so much. So make sure to get to them before they reach that kind of dead stage. Okay, so I'd say I was cleaning for maybe 20 minutes there. I've put like a load of conditioner, really rubbed it in, really like deep clean, and yeah, it was like a maximum of 20 minutes. So I think it's really worthwhile cleaning your boots. I'm gonna let these kind of soak in a bit. I might do another layer. So it took less than 20 minutes of cleaning, and I have some wonderfully rehydrated, that looks really weird. So for less than 20 minutes of cleaning, I have some completely like transformed looking boots. Here we go. They're rehydrated, they will hopefully now be slightly more waterproof, and just last an extra few kilometers, so that I can get them as far as possible. And yeah, so if you have any questions about taking care of your boots, or you just want to chat about different boot types and wax types or whatever, I'd love to hear from you. I am a big gear geek, so do let me know. And thanks for watching.